All right, guys, welcome back. Hopefully, you had a little break and a little snack. And I'm going to wrap up things here with talking about sinkholes. Sinkholes absolutely fascinate me. How like the land can just like poof, just completely drop out is really awesome. And again, if we were together in class, I would be spending a whole day talking to you about them. One thing I kind of forgot to point out that I want to go back to is this karst. Let me see if I can enlarge. No, I can't. So if you look at this karst map of the United States, if you look here on Pennsylvania, okay, so if you're looking up here, Pennsylvania, isn't that nifty? There is, if you look kind of where we're living, which is kind of that lower eastern portion right there, like the southeast, there is a lot of grain, which means a lot of karst. So we do have a lot of limestone in our area. We have Crystal Cave that's near us. Sorry, some technical difficulties here. You can also see if you open this up a little bit more of like central Pennsylvania, that would be like Penn's Cave out by like Penn State College. The other issues that we have in our area is sinkholes. King of Prussia is extremely prone to sinkholes. There have been sinkholes in the mall parking lot before. When they were doing the 422 Turnpike expansion around there, they had a huge issue with the limestone kept dissolving and bridges were collapsing. I got to meet with a geotechnical engineer that was on that project, and she talked about like what a nightmare it was because of all of the limestone that's in that area. So, and then you also look and you can pretty much follow this down here. This is going down into West Virginia, which has a lot of caves. Virginia, this is where Skyline Drive is. There are caverns all along Skyline Drive. You come down, and if you look at Kentucky, is like totally green. Kentucky is very famous, obviously, for their karst because of Mammoth Cave and other things. And then if you look at Florida, Florida's like totally green. Florida has a ton of sinkholes. The ground is very unstable. And then when you have the changes in the water levels, they have a lot of sinkholes kind of dropping out there. All right, so let's go. Speaking of Florida, so all of these little dots here are sinkholes that have opened up since 1954. So lots of sinkholes. If you want to press play on this video, this is a video of a guy that the whole bottom of his house fell out and he was actually swallowed up by a sinkhole in Florida. A little more amusing note than that is the Corvette Museum. In February 12th of 2014, the Sky Dome, which is the main part of the Corvette Museum. The Corvette Museum is big, but the Sky Dome holds all of like the most expensive, rarest Corvettes. And they had a sinkhole open up at like 5 a.m. and 8 cars fell into the sinkhole. So this is kind of like not long after that happened. So take a look at that. They now have turned it into an exhibit in the museum. So of course, when we found ourselves in Kentucky, I was like, whoa, there's the Corvette Museum. We need to do that. So this is the Corvette Museum. And then this is a little virtual exhibit. If you want to check it out, it goes through some of the stuff that, you get to walk through when you're there. So you go through this whole exhibit, it tells you all about it, and then you come out into the actual sky zone. This is a little hard to see, but it's really cool. It was a 3D model of all 8 of the cars and like where they landed within the sinkhole. And then these were maps of the cave. The bigger one is the actual cave. And then this circle is the Sky Dome. And then this here is where the sinkhole collapsed, which was a little bit creepy when we're there, like walking around. She's like, yeah, we're like still over a cave. They've done obviously a ton to stabilize it. But it was funny. We were actually in the gift shop and there was a huge crash of thunder. And like, everybody kind of froze and like didn't move. And we're like, oh, okay, it was thunder. Nothing was collapsing. So that was kind of crazy. They did pull all 8 of the cars out. This video goes over a couple of the cars that they pulled out. Out of those 8 cars, they've only completely repaired 3 of them. They had repaired 2. This was the millionth Corvette to come off the lot. And then you have this blue one here, which was the least damaged. This is the one that landed kind of on the top. So if you watch the recovery video, it was the first one they pulled out, and it actually started when they pulled it out. So this was the least damaged. This was the millionth, so it was considered to be the most valuable. And then this black tuxedo car back here was just, that one was repaired as part of the 4-year anniversary a couple of years ago. So these are all over where the sinkhole was. So they kind of ended up similarly, like back to where they were. And you can walk through the whole exhibit and take a look at this one, only repaired cars. The other ones, not repaired. Super cool, but kind of creepy. When you're walking along, there is the cave outline on the floor and then also the sinkhole outline on the floor. So everywhere that you're walking, you're pretty much inside the outline of the cave. So it's like, oh, okay, I'm over where the sinkhole and the cave was. And then here you can actually look down into the sinkhole. They left this manhole here so that they can look down it, also so that they can go down and study and make sure that things aren't moving, aren't creeping, and they can kind of keep an eye on the land that way. These were some more of the not fixed cars, which you can see kind of crazy. And of course, if you've ever paid attention to stuff that sits on my desk, this was one of this sentimental-ish things that sits on my desk next to my little Coleman. And it is a jar of dirt from this sinkhole. Only I would go to a Corvette gift shop and buy dirt, but I did. And, in theory, there could be pieces of Corvettes in this dirt. Who knows? These cars here, you can see this one, and this one were some of the most heavily damaged cars. There was really no bringing this back. So they just put them on display the way they are with all the original dirt still on them. Louisiana has a swamp that is continuing to grow, and it's a sinkhole. Like, these trees will get swallowed down into the sinkhole. And last week, this actually came up on my Weather Channel app, which is kind of crazy. In Kenya, they've had a whole lot of rain and a sinkhole opened up and ate all these crops, really crazy. And then this is a really cool video. This is really pretty. They actually go down into a sinkhole and you can see what it looks like from being in the sinkhole looking up, which is a really cool video. So if you survived all of that and you made it all the way to the end, congratulations. I know there was a lot here, but it was a lot of just chill. You didn't have to read, you don't have to do anything. So as far as your wrap up today, I started working on a review worksheet and I didn't feel like finishing it. So I didn't. So your wrap up is just a quick Google form checkout. It's week 9. So, it's time to check in. So let me know what's up, how you're feeling, how things are going, what's working, what's not working, what you're sick of, what you'd like more of. Be honest. So please fill that out. And I hope you guys have a really awesome weekend. I hope I did not bore you too terribly much. The comment section is turned on if you want to comment on any of the different slides. Please do. I love hearing from you guys. So have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you Monday with Sedimentary Rocks.